I did a video on Lil Wayne and Carter's 5 Hours the Worst Album, but I wanted to break it down. I grew up a Lil Wayne fan. I'm a little older. I had a cassette tape of The Block Is Hot. I remember when the song The Block Is Hot came on the radio. Now, No Limit was around. What Cash Money did was just phenomenal, right? They were similar, the army, tanks and stuff like that, but they were more on helicopters. They were more on chains and white tees, right? In the beginning, right? You have to understand, I think Lil Wayne was about 9 years old when he signed the Cash Money. BG was like 14. I think the only one that was like, it was like Turk and Juvenile was like 18 probably, maybe, right? So you gotta understand, he came at a young age, and I say he was the only child rapper, because it was Little Romy, it was Lil Bow Wow, that was never a kid. He cursed, he smoked, he talked about things that, the other kid rappers weren't talking about. He wasn't Nickelodeon friendly. He came out with his first debut album, Block Is Hot. He was on the album Guerrilla Warfare. He had features on the Big Timers album, which was, I say, the top features. I feel like every Lil Wayne feature is classic, except for this T-Pain one when he was mumbling. But every Lil Wayne feature from like 97, I think was his first feature, 96, has been classic. So you go into, everybody's dropping the album, then he drops out Lights Out. Lights Out is not really the best album, but you can see he was getting growth. And I think the third album, if I'm not mistaken, it was 500 Degrees, where I think Juvenile left and it was like Turmoil. He was on the Checkmate album supporting BG. And it basically said Lil Wayne was staying with Cash Money with Birdman. He was staying with him to the end, right? And you see all these videos with Turk. He's saying that they didn't get paid that much money. They got watches, they got jewelry, but they got cars, but they never got money. He drops, I think the Carter one, which was phenomenal. He started getting growth, and then Gilly said he wrote for him. There's some truth in that because you see his style change a little bit because his style progresses. And then he drops the Carter 2, which I think he started writing his own. I think Carter 1, he just did collaborations like Drake did. And then the Carter 3 is when he really broke out, because Carter 2 showed his lyricism. But Carter 3 is when he broke out and just showed you, like, I'm commercial, I'm a good rapper. And I think in between that time, I don't know if it was I'm Not a Human Being or whatever the case is, I think he started to look at the money funny. I think Lil Wayne is past his time where he doesn't want to rap anymore, but he has to because of the contract that he's in and whatever legal issues he's touring, whatever the case is. But it just sucks to see him decline. And I think when he went into his rock phase and, letting Drake and Nicki take the wheel, I think he kind of fell off a little bit. He's spitting, but he's just not having good bodies of work. He's just rapping like, hey, I'm a good rapper, which is not enough for me. And Drake was the person that separated rap, would put rap and artistry all together, and it was phenomenal.